Welcome to Tzu Chi This Week. I'm Siri Su. Thank you for joining us. Coming up in this week's top stories, volunteers from all walks of life pitching to support a clothing drive for people in Sierra Leone. TIMA members in Taiwan help a care recipient clean up her cluttered home. And Tzu Chi volunteers in Malaysia recognize worthy students through a series of scholarship award ceremonies. Since the Tzu Chi Foundation initiated a clothing drive for the people in Sierra Leone, volunteers in Taoyuan have packed more than 50,000 pieces of clothes in 652 boxes, which are ready to be shipped to Sierra Leone. But first, let's take a look at how volunteers in Kaohsiung have dedicated themselves to this cause.
In Kaohsiung's Jinsi home, many volunteers have come together to sort and pack donated items of clothes destined for Sierra Leone in West Africa.
We can tell help is needed badly, seeing all those who have come to help out. So we also pitched in. We were supposed to be attending a study group upstairs, but we decided to come downstairs since more help is needed here.
Retired teacher Chen Yunqin, who usually attends a weekly study group at the Jinsi Hall, has come with other retired teachers to help sort donated clothes this week.
Even though the clothes have been donated, we have to ensure it's in perfect condition. So we work with utmost respect and gratitude because we want the people to feel joy when they open up these boxes.
The clothing drive, which started on December 12th, has attracted people from all walks of life to lend their assistance. Besides retired teachers, members of a children's choir also join in the effort.
Many people call on their friends to come help sort the clothes.
Some of these clothes still have tags on it. It makes me feel that we need to cherish everything we have.
As these volunteers sort and pack the donated clothes with sincerity and well wishes, they have also learned to harbor gratitude and cherish their own blessings. Besides the volunteers in Kaohsiung, 30 volunteers in Taoyuan have also come together to load boxes of clothes destined for Sierra Leone onto the cargo truck.
I have to work today, but I thought if everyone pitches in to help, we can get the job done faster.
To date, local residents and businesses have donated more than 10,000 pieces of clothing to support Tzu Chi's cause. Thousands of volunteers were mobilized, and in a space of 8 days, more than 50,000 items of clothing were packed into 652 boxes, ready to be shipped to Sierra Leone.
With about 30 Tzu Chi brothers helping to load these boxes onto the container, we will be able to send these gifts of love to Sierra Leone for those in need. They are in desperate need of these clothes, so we are happy to be of help.
Thanks to the help of a group of experienced volunteers, the boxes of clothing were loaded into containers quickly and efficiently.
Some Tzu Chi brothers who are professionals have pitched in to help. We have also invited some brothers who are very good at loading cargoes to help us.
Thanks to the love of donors and the efforts of volunteers, these boxes of clothing from Taiwan will soon be delivered to Sierra Leone, warming the hearts of the people in need.
In addition to volunteers in Taiwan, people in Malaysia are also pitching in to ensure the success of the clothing drive for people in Sierra Leone. In Penang, a shoe manufacturer has donated more than 10,000 pairs of shoes. Let's take a look.
The cargo truck carrying boxes of shoes is not heading to a retailer, but a Tzu Chi recycling station. After the Tzu Chi Foundation initiated a clothing drive in Taiwan for the people in Sierra Leone, a shoe manufacturer in Malaysia has donated more than 10,000 pairs of shoes. However, before the shoes are shipped, they need to be cleaned.
Some of the shoes have black stains or are yellowing. We need to check every pair. So when they are delivered into the hands of the recipients, they will look beautiful.
能够踩得漂漂亮亮，然后送到灾民的手上去。
To make sure the shoes will be in good conditions, many local volunteers have been coming here to help out since December 8th.
It gives me a sense of achievement to help whiten the shoes because I made them look beautiful and new. I came again after the first time.
We are given the opportunity to express our great love for the people in Africa. Therefore, we are very grateful to have the chance to put our love into action.
With the help of so many volunteers, more than 8,000 pairs of white shoes were cleaned in 10 days. As the volunteers get ready to ship the shoes, which will arrive in Sierra Leone by February of next year, they have proven that love crosses all boundaries.
To support the clothing drive for people in Sierra Leone, volunteers at the Jingsi Hall in Kaohsiung actually began collecting clothes since December 11th. Besides the effort in Kaohsiung, students of Tainan Tzu Chi Senior High School are also doing their part to help out.
This is a unique class during which the teacher introduces the country, Sierra Leone, to the children.
他们发生过战争，还有饥饿。
Civil war has devastated Sierra Leone and its people. Learning that there's a clothing drive for the people there, these students generously donate suitable clothes and pack them.
给他们穿得很漂亮，然后我心情就会很好。
In packing these, they carefully selected the clothes that the children there need. They really took care to think about what types of clothes the children there need.
While the elementary school students pitch in to help, those in senior high school also took time to pack donated clothes.
We folded the clothes neatly so the people who receive them won't feel that we gave these to them rudely. We still show our respect.
The students also gather to pray, sending their best wishes to those who are suffering. Carrying bags of clothes, residents send their clothes embedded with love to the Jingsi Hall in Kaohsiung.
These are not clothes from the attic. These are clothes I cherish. I am donating them since I no longer wear them.
Besides compassionate donors like Miss Lin, a business owner also donates the clothes he has in his inventory.
These are brand new clothes donated by a business owner. It's a jeans manufacturer who was donating the factory's clothes in its inventory to Tzu Chi. I've made 2 trips already, picking up about 3,000 to 4,000 clothes each time.
The clothes donated by the manufacturer are still in their original packaging. The volunteers, many of them in their 60s and 70s, carefully sort them out according to the different sizes.
We cut out the excess threads. Since the volunteers won't have time to cut them over there, we did them here to make it more convenient for everyone.
The weather there is warmer, so we ask for clothes suitable for summer and autumn. We don't need winter clothes this time.
Since Sierra Leone has a tropical climate, the volunteers remind the donors that warm and thick clothes are not suitable for the people there. This clothing drive will last for a week. Thereafter, the boxes of clothes will head to Sierra Leone in hopes everyone's well wishes reaches those in need in the country.
Tzu Chi volunteers in Durban, South Africa, travel for 1,050 kilometers to visit families in need in King Williamstown and Port Elizabeth. Since they had to visit many families, the volunteers took the chance to invite local people to join them.
Tzu Chi volunteers from Durban sing when they are in a car and line up when they march. This is what they do when carrying our home visitations, which always bring happiness to others as well.
Try to do exercise on your both legs. Pumping, okay? Remember, always pumping. Okay. Pushing. Yes. Like that.
Pan Minshui always encourages those who sit often to stand up and those who can stand to walk. It is hard to resist his sincerity.
Assist our care sister.
can slowly walk on it. If she can make it in 2 or 3 months' time, she will be jumping out. Okay. Okay. See how strong she is now. Okay, try. Hold her, slowly walk. She's moving now.
79-year-old grandma is now walking as a part of her therapy. King Williamstown and Port Elizabeth are 1,050 kilometers away from Durban. If the volunteers want to visit every needy family, they must invite more people to join them.
But because we are brothers and sisters, we are from the same source. Okay?
Yes.
Tzu Chi volunteers study the Buddha's teaching every day because they hope to empower people who live thousands of miles away, so they may also join Buddhism in action.
In Taiwan, TIMA members have been helping a couple, Mr. and Mrs. Kang, in Tainan for a long time. Because they could not move around freely, their house had been very dirty. After Mr. Kang passed away a few months ago, TIMA members mobilized to help clean up their home.
Mrs. Kang's worried look has been on these TIMA doctors' mind.
We feel that her living space is causing her physical and also mental discomfort, so she worries a lot.
When TIMA doctors visited her again and gave her an acupuncture therapy, Tzu Chi volunteers also came to help clean up her home. Mrs. Kang's home is littered with all kinds of things that make her home look dirty. There is also a thick layer of grease on the kitchen counter. Before cleaning, the volunteers first disinfect the place and move the goods outdoors to clean them up. The volunteers do their best to remove all filth inside the house.
We had a thought about cleaning up their house for years. We also talked to them about it. They have finally agreed to it.
We hope her home can become cleaner, as it's better for her health.
In addition to cleaning up her home, the volunteers also replaced the broken door with a new one. TIMA members and the volunteers work together to alleviate suffering for people in need so they can smile again.
As it is nearing the Christmas holiday, Tzu Chi volunteers in澎湖visited nursing homes and brought Tzu Chings along to spend some time with the seniors. Meanwhile, Tzu Chi volunteers in Kaohsiung helped the care recipient celebrate his birthday.
Since early morning, Mr. Shi of Kaohsiung has been waiting eagerly for Tzu Chi volunteers' arrival. As Mr. Shi injured his spine 4 years ago, he has had to take it easy during his recovery. An upcoming surgery to remove the screws in his spine has made him quite nervous.
I had 5 or 6 surgeries in the space of 2 months, so I didn't have time to be nervous. But it has been 4 years since the last surgery, and certainly I'm quite nervous.
To calm his nerves, the volunteers have prepared something special.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
身体好的时候，过生日都是为了生意应酬。
Before my injury, I used my birthday as an excuse to drink and socialize with my colleagues and business partners. I haven't celebrated like this in a long while. I'm very happy and grateful for the volunteers' efforts.
We have seen improvements in him in the past 4 years. We look after him as one of our own.
Having visited Mr. Shi every month for the past 4 years, Tzu Chi volunteers have come to see him like their own son. Volunteers hope that he recovers from his injuries soon so that he can live out the rest of his days without much worry. Meanwhile, in Penghu, Tzu Chi volunteers and Tzu Chings are once again visiting seniors at a local nursing home. With additional youth volunteers from National Penghu University of Science and Technology, the home is even more festive this time around.
In the past, it was the elderly who held our hands to do these activities. I thought we could switch roles. It's a different experience.
你有快乐不？
有啦。
快乐哈。这像咱个咧什么呀？
孙啊。
Seeing how delighted the seniors were, these youth volunteers also realized the importance of companionship for the elderly.
By coming here, I have realized my parents will get old one day. We should spend just as much time with them.
During the event, they have learned much about interacting with other people, and under Tzu Chi's lesson of humanity, their path in life will be much more smoother.
Although the visit was brief, the fun and delight volunteers brought to the nursing home will make sure all the seniors' hearts are warmed in the days ahead.
Tzu Chi volunteers in Malaysia hosted a series of scholarship award ceremonies in Tamping and Kota Tinggi to help students from low-income families advance on their path of education. Majority of these students are not only top academic achievers, but have also demonstrated exemplary behavior.
No matter what, my mother always sets aside her own money to give to me. Thank you, Mom.
A considerate girl, Taiwan is also a top academic achiever at school and has been awarded Tzu Chi scholarship for 4 years in a row.
I motivate myself to work harder and to score good grades during exams so that I can lessen my parents' financial burden.
We always go out during the school holidays, but not Yan Li. She takes up part-time jobs to earn pocket money. I think she's very independent.
And there's Muhammad Rizal, who tends to the household chores when his parents are ill. As he was unable to attend the award ceremony, volunteers brought him his scholarship and certificate on this day.
He's a mature and thoughtful kid. He's an all-rounder.
If I go to the hospital for checkups, or if his dad is ill, my son will always cook for us.
I cook and do the household chores because I want to make it easier on my mom.
3 award ceremonies are also taking place here in Kota Tinggi.
They make sure to work even harder in order to qualify for the scholarship, so it's actually a kind of motivation for them.
Whenever I have free time, I go over my work to better understand what was taught in class.
Tzu Chi scholarship is a form of encouragement which gives students assurance and the motivation to challenge themselves to reach for higher goals in their life.
Besides visiting scholarship recipients on a regular basis to check up on their needs, Tzu Chi volunteers in Malaysia also host various events to help these students gain a better understanding of Tzu Chi's humanitarian culture. During these events, volunteers plan activities which focus on filial piety.
With their eyes blindfolded, parents who have always been a pillar of strength for their children now have to put their faith in the hands of their children as they are guided through each obstacle course.
The worst is that I feel I'm so scared because I'm not sure whether my daughter can take care of me or not. But I said to myself, put all the trust in her. When the day to come, He will take good care of me unconditionally.
Here at the Tzu Chi Kuala Lumpur and Selangor chapter, scholarship recipients and their parents have been invited to experience a day of meaningful and fun learning, while also being recognized for their character and achievements.
I can buy many books which will help improve my grades.
As a return, I commit myself to be a lawyer as it is my interest and my ambition. I hope to help others with my profession just like Tzu Chi helped me unconditionally.
Meanwhile, in Kelang, 155 scholarship recipients were also invited to take part in a similar event. The moment Satara was served tea by her daughter, tears rolled down her cheeks.
My family was poor, so I never had the opportunity to go to school. But I'll see to it that my child gets an education no matter what.
I like math, science, Tamil, Malay, and English. I get A's for all those subjects.
Not only have these children shown progress in their studies, they have also learned to reciprocate and be grateful.
We always did our homework on the floor. Now that we receive financial support from Tzu Chi, my dad bought us a desk to make it more comfortable for us to do our homework.
Although these students have faced a rocky path to learning, with the love of Tzu Chi volunteers to see them through the coming days, they know that their future is filled with hope and promise.
Zhang Mingchun is a Tzu Chi recycling volunteer in Quanzhou, Fujian of China. Handicapped by polio as a child, Zhang was once resentful. However, after learning about Tzu Chi's recycling mission and subsequently joining in the work personally, Zhang has found his life's purpose.
Though a polio sufferer, Zhang Mingchun of Quanzhou, Fujian, can get off bed and onto his wheelchair without any assistance. Once in the living room, Zhang then hops onto his electric scooter and heads out to work. As it turned out, the 30-year-old man is also a Tzu Chi recycling volunteer.
I'm not tired at all. I'm happier the more I do. I've made a vow. I vow that I shall do my very best for the sake of all sentient beings.
Though his legs are deformed, Zhang insists on scouring the streets for recyclables. Though he doesn't have a job, Zhang donates about $30 he makes from selling the recyclables to Tzu Chi every month. He has also learned to text with a smartphone, despite never going to school. Tough on the outside, Zhang has a soft spot inside.
You have raised me for 30 years. I couldn't be where I am without you. I'm so very grateful to you. Being parents is tough. I have nothing to complain about my mother. I only blame fate for dealing me a bad hand.
Still, Zhang refuses to yield to his fate, all for the sake of his mother. Besides tending to the small farm in front of their home together, the pair has added a new group activity since last year.
I must thank Master Zhenyan for giving us this opportunity to serve the planet. We are truly very grateful.
Cherishing each other's company, the son has brought his mother into the Tzu Chi world so they may cultivate blessings together.
To support the Indonesian government's campaign to help the country's offshore islands in need of assistance, Tzu Chi Indonesia chapter donated 5 tons of rice earlier in June. For its assistance, the chapter was recognized by the Coordinating Ministry for Maritime Affairs. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for joining us. See you next week.